Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 71, and today I've got some bad news. I've been a total moron in a number of different ways. Way number one. The reason that all of these guardians right here just sit on the floor is because the water is flowing down from the top. So as soon as they stop swimming, you can see they kind of sink and then get pushed into the corners. Now that's not too much of a big deal, but it would be a lot better. Like, considerably better if all of this was source blocks. I can't really work out how I would go about doing that. The next reason that I've been a moron is at the end of the previous episode of Hermitcraft, we completely failed at an AFK fishing session, and I got killed by slimes, which wasn't particularly brilliant. And I said that I was going to AFK fish between the two episodes. I did, and then I turned off my computer, which means that we still don't have any name tags. So what I'm going to do is do a quick AFK fishing session right at the very start of this episode. Hopefully we get enough to actually transport some more guardians. You know what? I'm actually going to tear down the AFK fish farm because this thing is terrible. All I can hear is my bobber being cast. Look how long it takes for it to hook up. I mean, look. It never bobs. It's impossible. As soon as you catch a fish, you then have 5 minutes of doing this. It's so inefficient. Right, let's find a new design. This is much better. This design was uploaded by Exumavoid, and I mean, why have I not changed this sooner? Look at this. Absolutely no time between them. Right, I'm going to go AFK now. See you in a bit. And now we look. I have come back onto the server. I had been kicked because the server was getting laggy, so I wonder. I've just thought of a reason why that could be. Have I been really silly again? Nope, it doesn't look like I have. So I guess this is it. We have got that many name tags. We managed to get 18 plus 3, so we've got 20 name tags in total. Not awful, but not brilliant. But with 20 name tags, that means we can get 20 guardians in some form of area, and I would say this space right here looks like it would be pretty good for 20 guardians. So I think I'm going to gather up some blocks. I'm going to place them down the back, fill it up with water, hopefully 100% source blocks this time, if I can manage to pull that off, and then we can see what it looks like. So I think the way that I'm going to actually get 100% source blocks in this thing is to fill it up with blocks beforehand, and then when I fill it up with water, I gradually take out the blocks as I go down. I think that could be the way to do it, and if this works really well, then unfortunately we're probably going to have to kill off all of these guardians and replace them with other guardians in the future to make them a little bit more exciting, because right now, most of them are on the floor. So here comes the moment of truth. I guess we gradually make our way down. I mean, I don't really know how I'm going to be able to tell if it's 100% source blocks or if the water is flowing downwards. Obviously it does flow downwards, but then when it hits the floor, I think it should conjoin together and create source blocks here. How do I know? How am I meant to know? I think this is quite a good sign, potentially. The fact that that becomes a source block underneath it if we remove that block. I don't know. I seriously don't know. I've got no clue. Nope, I don't think this has worked, because if I remove all of these top ones, then I imagine all of the water will have stopped. Yep. Okay. We need to come up with a new strategy. I guess you just fill it every single level. This is gonna be fun. What? Hold up! I've just flown up here. What's going on? Somebody has given me a pointer as to what to do with my base. That is so funny. So they have said that ice water streams are good, hoppers are bad. Now this is true, but ice water streams are what killed the server last time, so I'm a little bit scared to use them. Because the issue is that when ice water streams unload, then you get thousands and thousands of items all reloading all at once. But no, I hear your point. I'm trying to use them as often as possible, but I think on the main lines it's gonna have to be hoppers. That's hilarious, though. I think that's going to stay there for a little while. I think I've come up with a solution. So I kind of go around, I'm creating water sources, and then I place in these blocks right here, and that spreads the water sources across, meaning that all of these should now be source blocks. So if I wipe out these blocks again, at least this area, look, you can see we're really slow, and then now we're doing fine. So I think that means that these are all water source blocks. I don't know. Yeah, this is working. Definitely working. We're kind of shooting around here. Good. Alright, this is the plan then. Bit long-winded, but it's going. And that should be that. So, we have got source blocks all the way through this thing. If we try and fly upwards, I mean, as far as I can tell, look, these aren't flowing. This isn't flowing. None of it is flowing. We have got an entirely source blocked out water area. It takes a long old time. It really does. But it should be a huge improvement. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. Let's get the Guardians in. So let's see if these guys are more active then. Pick them up and chuck on the name tag. It's very, very important. Right, let's pop him along and off he goes. Okay, so he's going to make his way across here. He's going to try his best to shoot me. And good. Okay, I've come up with a good system for actually getting these guys in, which is this kind of slab sign setup. But if I take out his minecart, he still sinks to the bottom. What? I did all of that. And he still does nothing. What an absolute colossal waste of time that was. I can't believe it. He's still on the floor. Oh. Well. Let's get them in anyway. Whatever. This guy is the final one. We are done with the Guardians for this section. We've used up all of the name tags. And you know what? I can't tell if there is a difference between this one and the one with the downward flowing water streams. So one thing that I've noticed is they do seem to be more... They seem to be less reluctant to stay on the floor. So all of these seem to just be quite happy to stay on the floor. Whereas over here, we've got at least some floating going on. We definitely need some lights though, that's for sure. Now that I can actually see through this thing, much more active. I don't know actually. It is difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to know if it's actually worked or not. I think these ones seem more active to me. Just a tiny bit. Only a tiny bit, but yeah. Definitely. Anyway, next up, we need to start work on the entrance to this place, and also, while I'm at it, fix up the elevator, which that isn't the button for. It shows how long ago it's been since I've used that. So the elevator has now been fixed. We have done all of that redstone because, of course, a creeper blew all of that up. And also, I've started work on just a little piston door, which will take us through into this place. Nothing too exciting, but I don't actually know where the inputs could go. Maybe one on either side? That seems like a good idea. Until you realise that it's extremely close to the pistons. It functions, but we wouldn't be able to open it from the aquarium side, which seems like a bit of a design flaw. Right, so this should just about do the trick. I think maybe a little bit of prismarine and a little bit of dark prismarine, and we're definitely going to need some lights in here as well, because otherwise things are going to start spawning. But that is kind of the entrance, just a tiny little entrance into the aquarium. Hit the button, opens up the door, we can run on through. Hit the button on this side, opens up the door. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, that's all done. And our elevator is done. Oh, apart from the button that comes from the top, we have no way to kind of ask it to come up. But that has now been fixed. If we hit this button right here, here comes our elevator. So now if we somehow die once again, probably killed by slimes, and I have to come back from the spawn chunks, and in fact, why do I have to come back from the spawn chunks? Whereabouts is my bed? I swear I sleep in that bed over there. Well, regardless of that, there's a few other bits and pieces that I need to work on. Oh, by the look of things, we also have a sign over here with a cross and a hopper who says LPS Citation Lag Prevention Services, Section 18.c, Excessive Enslavement of Local Population. Ah. Oh dear. Are these going to be all through the base? Let's head over to this area as well. There's got to be a lot of citations over in this end. I mean, surely there'd have to be. Yep, here we are. This is the LPS once again. Section 13.b, unlicensed redstone burnout clock. I'm sorry, yeah, that... Where is that? Oh, what, so I'm not allowed any of those? It's not 2014 anymore, good sir. I mean, there's got to be millions of them. Let's head up. Now, this one is warning me about villager witch transformations, which is actually very true. If the lightning strikes here, then that villager will be turned into a witch, and so will these guys, and that'll be awful. So I might actually have to do some slight witch protection right here at some point in the near future. But for the time being, I'm actually going to take a quick break from the Aquarium project. I'm actually going to work with the villagers. So I'm going to do a quick 1 hour villager trading session just to see how many emeralds we can get now that we have, I think, maybe 6, 7 full double chests of pumpkins. It should be interesting. So in today's time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you about what I did last week, because that was very exciting, and also what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, because that's also something that I'm very excited about. So last week, on Thursday and Friday, a big gaming peripheral company, which I'm not going to give the name of, just because I don't know how many details I can give about this, came to my house, and we did some filming together. So essentially, they came round, and they filmed me recording a Minecraft video, or at least they recorded me playing Minecraft and kind of running through all of the experiences of being a Minecraft YouTuber. We did an interview and everything like that, and then on the Friday I actually went out in my camper van and they came along and filmed with me, which was a little bit strange because, as you know, I quite like doing that myself. Like, I often take my camera equipment and my tripod out and I film my own versions of this, taking the camper van out, traveling to cool locations and shooting some really cool stuff. This time they traveled with me and shot footage of me shooting a video, which was a little bit strange. It was a bit of an odd experience, and it was really strange not being in control of all of the camera side of things and like the whole filming side, but it was really, really good fun. I'm so excited to see what the end result looks like, and I'll give you more updates when that thing releases. And actually, staying on the topic of filming and things like that, tomorrow, as I mentioned before, I'm going to CVP in London, which is a massive camera store in London, and I'm going to be taking a look at some serious camera equipment. Not only am I taking a look at camera equipment that I could potentially be buying in the future, which is good, but I'm also going to be playing around with some, like, seriously high-end stuff, apparently. They've been really, really nice, and I just want to say a massive thank you to Philip, because he has been lovely, and he is going to be putting on things like Arris and Arri Master Prime lenses, and just big boy toys to play with, and I can't wait. This is like proper cinema stuff, like Hollywood cinema stuff, and little old me is going to be fumbling around it. So I'll try my best to give you updates about that on Twitter and everything like that as well, because that's going to be seriously interesting. We now have enough emeralds to make an emerald beacon. That's like a good milestone in a Minecraft world. If you have enough emeralds to make an emerald beacon, then that means you're doing a pretty good job in terms of your villager trading. But one thing that I have noticed is that we have got a lot of villagers just chilling out up at the top right here. And I feel like we can fix that. So I think if we hit this button, that picks up a villager, and then we have the automatic switching system. So this guy should be carted off and killed instantly because he's a nitwit. We don't want him. This guy's a cleric. You guys get the drill. I'm going to try my best to fill up the system with some decent ones. From a filled up area of villages, this is what we have been left with. So all of these guys right here, which aren't actually moving, they're kind of stuck in the system. These are the ones that we have to deal with. So we've got some brown coats, we've got some white coats, we've got a few blacksmiths as well. A, because I mistook them for brown coats, but also because some of them could potentially have like good tools and armor. So you might look into that. But then of course we've got these guys. Cartographer, and cartographer. What a waste of time. What an absolute waste of time. Again. We wasted my time a lot today. I just went off to say goodbye to some of my family. They're flying back to Australia today, so I thought I'd do a quick AFK fishing session, and I am across the room. This guy right here infiltrated this area, and he has pushed me across. So now I'm over here, and it has broken my fishing rod, which is just hilarious. Now, I wonder how long it took for that to happen. I imagine... Whoa. Clearly not that long. Clearly, it was not a long period of time between me going AFK fishing and me being slowly and gradually nudged across the room. Yeah, we got 6 name tags. Brilliant. Anyway, the next project that I want to work on is to A, find out where all that noise is coming from. We seem to have a lot of, like, zombies and creepers. Oh! What the heck? That wasn't my fault! I'm guessing they've picked up items gradually over time. How bizarre. Anyway, I have to now clear up this mess which has been created. And I'm going to pick up some terracotta and we're going to do a little bit of work on the corals in the aquarium. And by pick up some terracotta, I mean we're going to have to head off into a maze biome, I guess, and actually gather some up. This is terrifying! Oh no! No! Oh my word. That almost taught me a very valuable lesson in being prepared. Right, let's go off to the maze biome then. Oh dear, I've just found another one and apparently I have to rectify all of them within 10 days. I don't want to get rid of my villagers. I like my villagers. And I like my hoppers too. I know you guys can't see a thing right now, but I'm going for red, orange, and then the standard hardened clay or non-dyed terracotta, which we can then dye pink. I think pink's probably a good idea for coral colours, and that should do the trick. And then we can get rid of all those horrible chorus plants. Okay, I'm in a bit of a bad way. Creepers coming. I've just been poisoned by a witch. I've been attacked by skeletons. I really don't fancy blowing up their desert because I know the NHO are people that I don't want to trifle with. We'll get rid of this guy. Ah! Ah! Okay, I'm through. Just stay here. Try not to arouse any suspicion. I'm out of here. So we've got the red. That's going in there. We also have some orange. I've got some pink. And I have some green as well. I thought some lime green would also be pretty handy to have. So now I have to sit around for my super slow furnaces to kick in. I really should get some form of super smelter. I can't believe I destroyed that thing. Step 1 of the process is done. Removing all of the chorus plants. And it has improved things substantially. I hadn't realised just how much of a mess those things were making. But also, we've got all of the terracotta, we've got the lime, we've got the pink and everything like that. Now, I'm going to look on Twitter and see what you guys have sent me in terms of suggestions for how to build these things. Because, well, I was about to say I don't think that's going to cut it, but you know what? That looks pretty good. Is this going well? I can't tell if this is going well or not. I mean, I quite like it. I do quite like it, but I've played a lot of Minecraft today. So you get kind of craft eyes. I'm going to call them craft eyes, where everything that you look at looks good. I think it does look oceany. So that's a good way to go. Maybe I'll fill in the whole area, and you guys can let me know what you think. That's it. We are done. There's a few little spots maybe down here that I feel like could do with some small ones. But other than that, this is what it looks like. I don't know. I need help. I need help. Please help me. Send me some suggestions on Twitter. Send me some screenshots. Send me everything you possibly can, because I like it. I think it's cool. But I really could do with your help down in the comment section and also on Twitter. That will really mean the world to me, because this aquarium is amazing. It looks incredible. I don't want to ruin it with some stuff. And I can't tell if I've ruined it or not. I really can't tell. So I think I'm going to round it up. I think I'm going to round up today's Hermitcraft episode here. I'm going to leave it open, you guys are going to help me out, and then we can really sort out this coral situation, and also, hopefully fill in the last Guardians. I'll do some AFK fishing between this episode and the next one. But one thing that I want to say before I end, is that a new film is literally just released on the filming channel. It released 4 hours ago at the time of release of this episode. it's really informative, and it speaks about your brain and confidence and everything like that. I'm sure some of you will find it incredibly handy. I'll put a link on the end screen and also down in the description. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.